Let's build a donut chart in Tableau. So it starts with first making a pie chart. So if I bring in sales, okay, and I'm going to bring in, let's say, ship status. Okay, by the way, this data set is available if you want to follow along. Okay, so I've got the fields here. Shipped early, shipped late, shipped on time, and the sales. So to do a pie chart, you really need one dimension and one measure. And the way I actually like to do it is go into the show me and use this pie. Now you'll notice with every other visualization I do, I typically build them from scratch. But with pie charts, especially for beginners, it's actually easier because otherwise you have to switch this one, you have to add the angle, and you kind of have to figure out where everything goes. But this is actually quicker. So if I click on pie, it places everything where it needs to go. All right. So that is our basic pie chart. The next thing we're going to do is make this, instead of using up just this much space, we want it to take up the whole window. So up here, you're going to see this button called standard. We're going to switch this to entire view. And that's just going to take up the whole thing. Great. Now that is our basic pie chart. To make it a donut chart, really what we're doing is we're overlaying a white circle right in the middle of it. That's it. And the way we do that is using a dual axis amongst other things. So to do it, first thing is we're going to create a calculation. So we're going to right click here, create calculator field. I'm going to call it donut, and we're literally just going to write the number 1. That's it. Number 1. Okay. Then we're going to put donut, the formula we just made, in here twice. Let me make this a square again. Okay. So donut, like so. Don't worry about that. It's going to get jumbled and do weird things. That's fine. I'm going to do it again. Donut, like so. So what that donut function lets us do is create a duplicate. Okay, 2 sets of them. Then we're going to switch it from a sum into a dimension. So right click, dimension. And as soon as you do that, it's going to go back into being a pie chart. So do it for both. We're going to go dimension. Okay, great. Now, we want to make this first one much larger. So here on this first marks card, which refers to this, we're just going to adjust this size. And I typically will just make it kind of extremely large, right? There you go. Now, when you have this problem where they're both changing size, it's because of this thing right here, sum of sales. So we actually want to get rid of that. So I typically will go into all and remove it from here because otherwise the size is linked. Let's get rid of that. That's it. If I go back here, it shouldn't be in there. And so now if I change it, it's independent. Okay, perfect. For the second one, this one here and this marked card, right? We're going to reduce its size to be just less than the one on the left. Now, I typically do not fixate on the perfect sizing for the main reason of once you take this and put it into a dashboard, you will need to adjust its size again. So we're just trying to get the structure correct, right? So I'll make it like obviously smaller. Because we want it to just be a circle, we don't need this to be split by ship status or any color for that matter. And we also don't even need sales. So we're going to get rid of ship status and we're going to get rid of sales. But instead of simply getting rid of it, we're going to convert this from an angle into a label. So we simply take sum of sales and drop it in here. Okay. And when we do that, watch what happens. We now have the total sales of this pie. All right, very important. I'm going to click in label. I'm going to click on these 3 dots. And I'm just going to go total sales, enter. And I typically will make the number, because that's more important, to be larger. And make this one just a little bit bigger. All right, maybe 14. Apply. There you go. Right? And I'll even go so far as to edit the format. So here, we're going to go format. And instead of just a regular number, we're going to go currency. This is, what is it, million? We're going to switch this to million and maybe just 1 decimal place. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to leave that as gray, and we're now going to do the dual axis. I'm going to right click on this second measure, dual axis, and it's going to put one on top of the other. Okay, I'm going to make sure these are synchronized, and that just makes sure that the two visualizations always stay together. We don't need these headers anymore, so get rid of this header, get rid of the one on the bottom. They're absolutely useless. Okay, so now we have kind of the makings of the visualization. We're going to do some more tweaking. So on this first bar, right? On this first pie, right? We need to add the labels for these ones. I typically will add the total number and the percentage. So the way I do that is first we need the label. So ship status, I'm going to take ship status and drop it into label. Like so. Now we have ship status. Then we want to add sales. So we're going to bring in sales into label. And now we have the label. Now, to do a percent of total, you can't add another sales again. Notice when I did that, nothing happens because you can't have two of the same label up inside the marks card. So we're going to change this first one, the one with the T, go quick table, percent of total. Okay. Now don't worry about the formatting for that at the moment. It's actually a percentage. Then we're going to bring sum of sales into label again. So now we have two sets essentially. For this one with the quick table on it, we're going to go format. And I'm going to change this from 0.1 to a percentage. Where is it? No, percentage. Decimal places, we'll go 0. Okay, and you can see here it's actually changed now. So now we've got shipped on time, 22% and 0.5 million. Okay, let's close this. Right, now we're going to clean this formatting up. So I'm going to click on label, 3 dots. I will typically make the label a bit bigger, bold, maybe even 14. And you can see it kind of changing in the back. And percentage, I'll probably put it on the same line in brackets and then in red. And again, what I'm doing is I'm changing every single one to be slightly different from the other. So it's just easier to read. Like so. Then we're going to make the background of this white. So here on this second marks card, we're going to click on color and just simply make it white. Boom. There's your donut chart. Now let's get rid of all these extra lines. So I'm going to click on the back, format. We're going to go here to this square grid. Okay. And the one we're going to tweak is row divider and column divider. So we simply just get rid of it. None, none. You see those lines that disappeared. Then we're going to jump into the grid lines. This one here. And we're going to basically just turn all of this off. None of this is useful. So off, 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 and off. And once you do that, there's actually two tiny things you're going to see. There's a faint line here and there's a line here. Let me show you how to get rid of these. So here in columns for the grid, we're just going to turn this one off. Oh. That gets rid of this one. Now to get rid of this is actually a little bit simpler. It's actually set to pi here, but we actually don't need a pi. We just need a circle. So if I click here and go circle, it's now a circle. That line disappears. For the label, we're going to go alignment, center, center. That is your donut. Now, if I'm not explaining these things on how to do it, you can do it in just a minute, honestly. Let me prove it. Okay, maybe 2 minutes, but I'm getting old now and I'm getting a bit rusty, so 2 minutes isn't bad. By the way, I teach all of this stuff on my website, Jellyman Education, so be sure to check that out. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.